Hi friends, my name is Vincy Wilson. Now I am discussing about ex post facto research. Ex post facto is Latin for from a thing done afterward. An ex post facto law is one that declares someone's action to be criminal only after it was committed, a procedure forbidden by our Constitution. Ex post facto research is deal for conducting social research when it is not possible or acceptable to manipulate the characteristics of human participants. Characteristics of ex post facto research. The research has a control or a comparison group. The behavior, action, event or independent variable of the research cannot be manipulated. The research focuses on the effects. The research tries to analyze the how and what aspects of an independent event, explores possible effects and causes. Two approaches to ex post facto research. First one common sense with subjects who differ on an independent variable. For example, their years of study in mathematics and then study how they differ on the dependent variable. Example, mathematics test. Second approach, one common sense with subjects who differ on the dependent variable. For example, their performance in mathematics test. Steps of ex post facto research. Step 1, determining the problem. Step 2, literature review. Step 3, formulation of hypothesis. Step 4, designing the approach. Step 5, validity of the research. Step 6, interpretation of conclusion. Strengths and weaknesses of ex post facto research. Strengths are: it is considered as a very relevant method in those behavioral researches where the variables cannot be manipulated or altered. It is more useful than an experimental research as it can be used in analyzing a cause on basis of the effect, which is impossible in an experimental research. It is less time consuming as well as economical. Ex post facto research gives a chance to the researcher to analyze on the basis of his personal opinion and then come out with the best possible conclusion. Weaknesses are: the researcher cannot manipulate the independent variables. The research cannot randomly assign the subjects to different groups. The research may not be able to provide a reasonable explanation for the relationship between the independent and dependent variables under the study. The best example for ex post facto research is that road accident. I will explain that. Imagine a situation in which there has been a dramatic increase in the number of fatal road accidents in a particular locality. An expert is called in to investigate. Naturally, there is no way in which she can study the actual accidents because they have happened. Nor can she turn to technology for the video replay of the incidents. What she can do, however, is attempt a reconstruction by studying the statistics, examining the accident spots, and taking notes of the statements given by victims and witnesses. In this way, the expert will be in a position to identify the possible determinants of the accidents. This may include excessive speed, poor road conditions, careless driving, frustration, inefficient vehicles, the effects of drugs or alcohol, and so on. On the basis of her examination, she can formulate hypotheses as to the likely causes and submit them to the appropriate authority in the form of recommendations. These may include improving road conditions or lowering the speed limit or increasing police surveillance, for instance. The point of interest to us is that in identifying the causes retrospectively, the expert adopts an ex post facto perspective. Conclusion: an ex post facto design is considered quasi-experimental because the subjects are not randomly assigned, they are grouped based on a particular characteristics or trait. Thank you. Thanks for your attention. Good luck.